Carolina. Corey, they beat them both times last season.
Absolutely, and that's never happened before. Pittsburgh has never beat North Carolina 3 straight times, and Jeff Capel looking for that opportunity, a North Carolina resident.
Xavier Johnson wearing that number 1, such a key man for the Pitt Panthers, looking at their starting lineup. And right out of the gate, Champagnie off to a quick start.
You know that a young man can shoot the basketball as well as Justin Champagnie can. You do not give him opportunities. And the traditional North Carolina break, and of course reflecting on today as well as Kobe Bryant's passing 1 year ago today, and how many things we've seen as a country and been through since then.
One of the great rebounders in America, and he's only 6'6".
Yeah, and he is a matchup problem for North Carolina, who plays 2 traditional bigs, one of the very few programs that do. And you see the benefit of that with Armando Bacot.
Something to keep an eye on, because interior play is going to be such a key for both of these teams. They do not rely on the three-point shot. Quick strike underneath for Horton there. Good defense there by Coulibaly, but they're going to bat it back for Carolina.
And Pittsburgh not liking that, because they seem to feel as though Leaky Black controlled that basketball into the backcourt.
It is time to win here in year 3, and they have been doing that. They also have been involved in a lot of close games. They move it beautifully for Coulibaly in 2.
Just by not communicating on the defensive end for the Tar Heels.
Love can't connect, looking for a second effort. He's going to win it back. Good hustle there, into the lane for 2. In the first half at Pittsburgh.
And out of the timeout, we see the zone defense for Pittsburgh as Garrison Brooks and Roy Williams and his crew.
Brown there for the tip. Could not get it to go. Over the top and the slam. North Carolina running that break. And there's Sharp on cue. Bacot will swing that one up there with both hands and slams it down. Terrific at their jobs and devoted and motivated to launch a network like this. And Kelly right at the forefront. They with the basketball, finally able to break through. Horton down the lane that time with a nice touch off the iron. Carolina on top by 1, and the outstanding defense by Johnson. Picked off by Leaky Black. Love on the penetration with a kick out. Walton will try again. Yes, this time.
Again, you know, that was his love. That's what he chose to do with his life's work after basketball. And again, you know, his legacy is not just about what he did on the court, but also as a family man. And that
Davis
may have
not
been
afraid to fire that 3-ball, that's for sure.
Yeah, the turnover waste maybe would have been the best defensive possession for North Carolina all season long. And Champagnie comes in and picks up 2 more.
Carolina with more offensive rebounds than Pitt has defensive rebounds. Beautifully moved inside for Brooks, who's having quietly, I think, a very nice opening half here. You talk about the rebounding for North Carolina. They are the #1 rebounding team in the country. Nice strike there by Champagnie. Yeah, letting them play, though. There's a lot of physical play here in this first half. Stepping inside, no travel there. Somebody shot it for that.
And North Carolina on the last 4 buys most likely would keep them in the field. They may be, you know, with losing the bye and being on one of the last 4 in the tournament at Champagnie.
Davis on the penetration. Tipped up and in. Beautifully done by Bacot out of nowhere.
And right now, first nationally at 43.5 total rebounds per game. And so this could be another one of those years as Au'Diese Toney gets an easy bucket.
Love will pull up and pop way downtown off the back of the iron. Kept alive by Black and slithers in for 2.
And did not shoot 50% in the half for the first time in their last four halves. So I'm sure Coach Williams,
man, Champagnie in this contest, and back to that play.
Well, Justin Champagnie, he's heard enough about this front line of North Carolina. He wants to talk about what he can do against them, and right there going with the left hand. And sorry, Leaky Black, but you're going to find yourself. Champagnie goes in to give him dap, as he does with his teammates. Official Jeffrey Anderson coming over, you know, and keeping the conversation between the two of them, saying, hey, don't do that. To Xavier Johnson, under Coach Joe Wooten at the Bishop O'Connor.
Oh, nice look there, and inside for the easy 2 for Coulibaly, but that's a terrific pass by Champagnie. Well, North Carolina with a 37-33 lead here at Pittsburgh. Another touch there for Bacot, and one as he heads to the line. The 6'10 sophomore out of Richmond, Virginia. Number 3 on Coulibaly, so he has to hit the bench. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, making a concerted effort here to go inside, and Brown with the stuff.
The thing that Jeff Capel talked about in the halftime locker room was about his team being pushed around, and he does not like that at all. Once again, a fiery competitor, and the last thing he wants to see is his team getting bullied on their home court.
Pitt trying to knock off the Tar Heels for a 3rd consecutive game, going back to last year. Here's the swing for Horton, and he buries it.
50.4 points per game. Right now, they have a combined total of 21 points, and 16 of those coming from Champagnie. So if Pittsburgh's going to win this game, and it was the right play by Tony. However, I'm not sure Terrell Brown is the guy to drop that off to, and it turns out to be a block shot in a 4-point swing. If Tony tries to...
Xavier Johnson, a guy who came in averaging 15 points a game. You talk about his great passing ability, but he can burn you by scoring it too. Black, a determined drive, and rejected.
Attacking the basket, and the last thing the officials are going to do when you go behind your back going to the rim in traffic is bail you out with the foul.
Man, is that a pretty move.
Of course, Booz is going to take all the shots, though. I mean, just like North Carolina, you got to get the ball inside. You get Luke a couple jumpers, but Booz has to get the ball inside.
49,
that's a great
42.
job by Horton getting involved in their team rebound. Xavier Johnson finding his way to the rim. Nice finish through contact for Johnson. Carolina can't really find any separation against the Panthers as Pitt's gone to the zone defensively.
Way downtown, and all net by Walton. Isn't he a fascinating play?
He knocks down another 3.
It's Brooks again for 2, and they can't stop that. Davis on the drive, and maybe a timeout.
Pittsburgh trying to find a way to get back into this game. We talked about Pitt being a better second half team, but right now North Carolina has brought the same level of energy and effort as they did in the first to stretch the lead.
56-46, back to 10. Playtech's going to drive it on the baseline, going in strong, got it to go.
Protection of the camera, giving up his body to protect the camera.
Oh, backdoor cut, and the stuff by Tony. Certainly one of the top moments tonight for the Pitt Panthers. They've been able to make a run and climb back in the game.
Well, Jeff Capel's done a great job using his timeouts when North Carolina has made runs, and then coming out of those timeouts with something good offensively.
Penny, outstanding pass as well. Coulibaly cannot finish. He's playing with 3 fouls. You talk about Sharp, the McDonald's All-American, and another basket for Carolina to open up a 62-48 lead.
And he's the best rebounder he's ever coached. And that's saying a lot when you consider the numbers that you talked about. Leaky Black getting out on the break and finishing it. And right now, North Carolina up to a 16-point lead. Don't see that often. He's not a volume shooter. He's just an efficient scorer as Bacot and Garrison Brooks continue to dominate the painted area.
2-point land where they've just been amazing. They've made 26 out of 38 tonight. And before that miss, they were making 70% of their shots in the second half.
You know, I got to give him credit because, Obi, if I'm shooting those type of numbers, it's no way I only have 8 field goals. At this point, I'm going to have to start forcing a couple. Shooting the basketball that well as we get a flop warning. That's penalty enough to me. And again, you know, and I somewhat understand the reasoning why the NCAA has that rule in the game.
In and out by Champagnie, who hasn't missed many of those tonight. Coulibaly, great hustle from the knee. Champagnie will lay it off with a slam. The easy 2.
We know North Carolina's had issues handling the basketball all season long. They will turn it over. And right now you see Pitt starting to pick up full court when they're able to make shots. I had to calm Mama Cape down after the game because she couldn't get to Jeff or Jason. And Mama Cape, I know you listening at home. I love you. And I hope you're doing well.
Shot clock down to 11. Inside, and a strong move for 2.
With an easy bucket of their own off of just great action on the offensive end, the simple back screen.
Oda Cali, who's getting a lot of minutes here in the second half. Long look for Love, and he buries the shot. The three-pointer on target. So there's your final tonight, 75-65, North Carolina